All right, this is the third video that's in our TrackDrive Quick Start tutorial. So I've set up my offer and my first buyer so I can get calls to that buyer. And then I'm going to go ahead and create my traffic sources and set up a phone number for them to route the calls. And we also discussed already how to get them posting instructions. Now, of course, TrackDrive isn't free, and I've already used up, because I didn't commit yet, that 250 on my number, so I'm about to run out of money. So we do have to fund TrackDrive. So we're going to go to billing here. Now I've already keyed in a credit card, but the process of getting a credit card into TrackDrive for payment is we charge a small amount, between 50 cents and $2 USD. And if you log into your bank and see that, you key in that number and we know you have the card in your hand, and we'll auto approve your card. If you don't see that charge, then you'll have to get us the front of the card with just the last four characters showing on the number, but the name on the card and expiry date we have to see, and then also a photo ID issued by your government that matches the name on that card. So that way we know that you do have permission to use that card on TrackDrive. So we can manually approve, but it is an auto approval process if you can see our small charge at the bank. So you could, if you knew you were going to commit to TrackDrive monthly spend, these are monthly spends, they can go down after the month ends. But I mean, you could go back to pay-as-you-go before a month ends and be off of TrackDrive. But whatever you commit to, we're really looking at for this demo our inbound pricing. So this inbound pricing here, if you committed to spend $1,000 a month, would be 3 cents a minute, including connecting to the buyer on a toll-free or SIP address phone number. If you get a local number from your buyer, it is at least 7/10 of a penny more, and it can be very high, even 5 cents more per minute, depending on what local phone number they gave you. And we will tell you when you're setting up that buyer that you're at a much higher rate on that DID than the 7/10 of a penny because of what the carriers charge us. So you do want to get in, again, get a toll-free number from your buyers or a SIP address if you can do that, so that we can, SIP is the most reliable. So anytime you can get a SIP address, try to do that, but that's what you want to do for pricing. Otherwise, if we're not going to commit to a pricing, I would come in and make a manual payment here. I can set up auto charge. I'm not going to turn it on my card, but I can say when I fall below 50 bucks, bump it as high as 500 new balance. So if I got down to $23 exactly, the system would charge for 77 to try to get me back up to 500. But we do that so we charge a variable amount each time, so that your bank doesn't think it's a duplicate charge. So it lets us have a variable charge every time we charge you. And then I need to say what card I'm using. You can key in under credit cards many cards and tell the AutoPay system what order to charge those cards in. By marking it called default, it does not automatically use that as the card in AutoPay. All that does is make it default up here. You do have to manually keep track of what order the cards are being used in for AutoPay. Okay, so I'll update that. I don't have it on, so it wouldn't actually do it, but you would obviously turn it on. Now, since I'm telling the system when I reach 50, bump my card, I'm going to come in here and say, look, if I ever hit 25, something's wrong with my cards. My AutoPay is not working. So this would be a low balance alert for you, telling you, hey, you're running out of funds and better pay attention because your AutoPay didn't work over here. Once an AutoPay fails, we do automatically turn off AutoPay, by the way. So if your credit card fails on AutoPay, do make sure you come back in here to turn on AutoPay. But that is how you get the system funded to get rolling on TrackDrive. And right now, if you had nothing else to do, like add more buyers or anything fancy to TrackDrive, you would be able to just keep adding traffic sources and giving them phone numbers and all those things, and have unlimited traffic going to your buyers. The next videos will show you a little bit of advanced routing and things that you might need in your situation.